Righty then, it's 3 points on the road. It's 3 points I probably didn't expect us to get. United have beaten Fulham 1-0 on the road. And it seems bad, doesn't it? It is bad. The situation that we find ourselves in. We're like 5 points from getting into the top half of the table, which is tragic, isn't it? But it is the situation that we find ourselves in. It was a narrow 1-0. I think we created a quarter of a goal in terms of XG. It took a 78th minute Lisandro Martinez deflected strike. Let's have it right. Speculative at best for him to smack one from there. Gets a heavy deflection off Lukic. Seems to just get over Leno. Loops into the net. And it was far from individual brilliance. It sort of symbolised what was a gritty, determined, and probably very, very boring performance. In my opinion, at least. Anyway, boring. Now, in a post-match, I just clocked it there. He admits he was a little bit lucky, but highlights the importance of just sticking it in dangerous areas, which is fair. It was a big defensive battle, but I thought both teams lacked quality in the forward line. It was I mean, you can forgive United for it in the last 5 or 6 minutes or so, I guess, because we're holding on to a 1-0. We don't have the goals in us to go and re-up and get another one, probably, if Fulham had managed to nick another goal or a goal. But I counted it as a cross came in last few minutes. United had basically a straight line of back 10. That's got to change, hasn't it? And is that an issue with how the game sort of played out for us? You know, it is because we've got to have this kind of defensive first mindset. Was that problematic for us in terms of creating opportunities? I think that it has been an issue for us in creating opportunities for the amount of time that we've seen Ahmad deployed in the number 10 kind of role, which, you know, admittedly, I wanted him to be tried in that number 10 role. But that doesn't mean just play a back five at all times. This system is meant to have attacking options in those areas to try and mix it up a little bit. And I think that was where we've been going wrong with, you know, we line up far too often with essentially 6 defensively minded players on the pitch and only 4 offensively minded players on the pitch. And that results in the sort of performances that we have seen recently, where United are not creating anywhere near enough chances. Yeah, it was 0.25 of a goal created. 4 shots in total, 4 shots. You can't feasibly expect to score. Well, you can't feasibly expect to score a goal from 0.25 of an XG created. Fulham only created 0.67. There wasn't a full goal created across both teams in 90 minutes. So when I say boring performance, there was just no shots in the game from anyone, and they made no saves. Where do you go from that? We've just played Fulham. We forced them into making precisely 0 saves. Cool. Okay. Individual player performance. Rasmus, it was abysmal. It was abysmal. Won nothing in terms of his duels. It was a non-performance from him. He completed 6 passes. Won nothing in the air. Felt like he won nothing on the ground. Lost possession 12 times. Just did nothing with it. No shots. No dribbles. No crosses. No key passes. What are you doing? Stop trying to be a reincarnation of Mark Hughes. There was a couple of times that we tried to play the ball into him, and I think he got the end of one of them, and he didn't get on the end of another one of them. That's when Rasmus Højlund looks his best. And it's not a Ruben Amorim thing, because I saw this from the start of the season. It feels to me like Højlund's decided that he's now Drogba, he's now Mark Hughes. You're neither. You're closer to Timo Werner and Marcus Rashford than either of those players. Your strengths are your athletic ability to run in behind. Stop trying to hold the ball up at it. I swear to God, I think I could beat you in a duel. Like, I've never seen someone get ragdolled and bullied as much by centre-halves as Rasmus Højlund. He is awful with it. And here's the annoyance with him. He does not need to do it. He needs to just change his feet. He needs to stop allowing he backs up into centre-halves and then they grip him like this. And then he's like, oh, can't get away. Turn around, put your hand in their chest and create some distance between them and you. Why are we persisting with this bullshit? That needs fixing. And it's fixable. And the fact that we've got to January, it's February next week, the fact that we've got to January and it's happened the entire season. He watched like fucking Didier Drogba career highlights DVD on holiday in the summer and decided that's what he's going to fucking be. No, that's never been your game. I'm all for players developing the game, but don't ignore what got you to the dance, mate. Because you carry on playing like this, and I swear to fucking God, they'll just fuck you off. Because you cannot justify your fucking performances and your being selected in this team at the moment. And I think it's only because there's just so little options when it comes to forwards in this team that you're even getting a game. Because if there was other forwards available, they'd be playing. If Odion Ighalo was available, he'd be fucking playing in front of you and doing a significantly better job. Midfield of Mgate and Bruno, wasn't mad at it. Bruno with his usual 78% completion rate. Ugarte was a little bit better, 91% completion rate. You're seeing him getting heavily involved in the duels. You're not really seeing that from Bruno Fernandes, but it was a busy performance. What we got out of Bruno was him moving the ball forward. He was playing balls with range, and there's not really any other players in this team that have got the ability to play those balls with any sort of range on them. Like we're quite tippy-tappy almost in the way that we've got players that like to get hold of it and play those short, nice, easy passes, and that we don't really have the players that can get their head up and hit one with range. You don't always need to hit one with range, but you know, sometimes you fucking need to hit one with range, don't you? I mean, I guess Mainu came on too late to comment about typical Mazraoui performance, pretty standard, 7 out of 10. I mean, I will do player ratings. And by the way, yeah, I'm not dead, in case anyone was wondering. And for everyone that flapped, listen, I appreciate the concern. I was ill. I wasn't dying. The amount of people that was like, oh my God, get to A&E. So fucking drastic, the lot of you. I was just ill, right? Like I said in the reply to some of you, give me 24 hours and I'll be sound. I was a little bit rough yesterday. I went and coached. I let my dad drive because I felt rough. I woke up today, got a green recovery on the old whoop. I'm going to take a few days off the gym and I'll be back at it on Wednesday or something. So, see what I mean? Just everyone's far too fucking panicky. Do you know what would have seen me off is going spending fucking 12 hours in Tameside Hospital. That's not what you need at all. Do you know what though? Probably that 12 hours would have gone faster than the fucking 90 minutes I've just watched tonight. Jesus. Collier had a big part to play. Just with his clearance off the line. Didn't really do anything else outside of that when he was on the pitch. Harry Maguire with some sensational passing stats. It was incredibly sideways, but don't mind it at times. 56 out of 58. He won all his duels on the ground, which is a rare one for him, and was largely ineffective in the air. Only won half of his ones in the air. But yeah, like, listen, this United team is boring. It's lacking imagination. It's lacking movement on, off, and around the ball. Not enough of it. We actually saw it for the disallowed goal, to be fair. A bit of link-up play with Ahmad and Mainu, which obviously gets chalked off, but we opened them up by having some movement off the ball. One-touch play, quick feet, bit of movement in the final third. Where's that? I mean, I know I'm looking at the 11 and I'm just going, it's just so bad. It's so fucking bad. I can't believe we are, what is it, the 27th tomorrow? 27th tomorrow. Nobody signed. Nobody sold. INEOS, the clock is fucking ticking on you lads. How about stop fucking begging the government to help get involved in building a fucking new stadium, which we all agree we need, right? But if you don't fucking stop the rot and give the fella that you've just appointed the backing he requires in this window, it'll be the best fucking stadium in the championship. So how about you fucking sort what's on the pitch first before trying to move the fucking pitch and build a new stadium around it. Anyway, that was a load of wank, wasn't it? So, yeah, 5 things and player ratings will be out tomorrow. Cheers. Hopefully there's some signings for us to talk about, because the football on the pitch is fucking boring, innit? Give us your thoughts. See you in a bit.